Hello, beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight was only a little bit today. So, because today it was rainy and now it's windy. And so anyway, I love you so much, and I hope all is well with all of you. And also, thank you for all of you who are here, loving, supporting Starlight by subscribing my YouTube channel, leaving me a comment. Sharing my videos, and give me thumbs up. So thank you to all of you. And Starlight already made this video, but accidentally I deleted it. So this is round 2. Is also, before I start this video, hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, don't forget you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, plus give me a thumbs up, and you can also leave a message down below, beep beep beep, and you can share my videos with your family, your friends. Don't forget to ring the notification bell, and you can check out my playlist. Plus you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So yes, today is about people. Are you chasing someone right now? Maybe, maybe it's a guy or a girl that you're interested in, and you really, have you ever been there? You really want them. You're like, that's the one, or, he's the one that I want. She's the one that I want. So this video is about that, is about people chasing. And what happens when somebody's chasing you, What was that? They run, right? If somebody's chasing you, they're going to run away. So I had to learn that the hard way on this mission here. This journey in life here is not to chase. And I have to say, I've had more men chasing me than Starlight chasing after a man. Because Starlight would say, sorry, but I don't have any time for that. But Starlight has been guilty of chasing, and what I learned on this journey here is you don't chase, you attract. And the reason I'm making this video is because there is a lady that makes videos on TikTok, and it's mind-blowing what they do these days. Is like TikTok is like almost like a dating app now, where people go on there. I've seen women. I don't think I've seen a man, but I don't really watch TikTok, stay on long enough to watch anything. But I've seen women chasing men. They're like, hey, guys, I want, it's been like women of color that are chasing, searching for another different type of male, that are white, it doesn't matter about the skin color, number one. And number two, it doesn't even matter what they look like on the outside. You got to have some kind of attraction, though. And I know in my past, though, Starlight started out chasing the cute boys, and that was a painful lesson. I was like, oh my, are they all jerks? So I ended up believing that long time ago, but God has shown me on this journey here that no, there are sweet people that are attractive looking, like I am, attractive female. I'm a beautiful female, but I'm not a bitch. I'm not, so I love helping people out. So this video is about stop chasing. There's people that will chase somebody, and they keep on running. They have ways of avoiding them. And like this lady on this TikTok is that she's been on several other times, which I was not really watching her. I was just uploading my TikTok video, and boom, the TikTok would just play her video, and I was like, no. I would be like, no. She was talking first about white people wanting to be her friend, hey, look at me, I'm so beautiful. But it has nothing to do with the outwardness. It doesn't. This lady is a beautiful lady, and she has beautiful friends. But it's not about that. And this is a big, huge problem in society, is that a lot of people grow up and they think the Hollywood stars are what we're supposed to follow and copy. And that is what trips a lot of people, up in the world. There's people that when there's something going on with the Hollywood stars, they gotta find out. It's juicy gossip and stuff like that. And are you what? Like in you could be parents doing this. Is your kids growing up watching the Hollywood stars? And how do they, if you're addicted to like keeping up with the Hollywood stars and your kids are watching this, they might not, they might think this is normal. I've had actually little kids found out that I was a YouTube creator, and they're like, "Are you famous?" And I looked at their age. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me. They're so young." These kids were like 5, 6 years old, already knowing about, are you famous? I didn't know none of that stuff because, of course, my parents kept me in the dark growing up because we watched all these old shows. I didn't even know nothing about MTV until when my parents got divorced and my stepmother came in a picture, and then bam, that's how I started learning about Hollywood stars, is because of MTV. Michael Jackson, Madonna, and all Prince. Those are the three that I can name off the top. you know um so we got to be careful with that. It's not about materialism and the outward appearance. It's about what's going on inside. And so this is what you got to really, you don't want to chase number one. You got to do the inner work. That's what you need. You need to do the inner work. If you don't know who you are, and how are you going to find that one out there? And like this lady, it's sad because I've seen her with her group of friends, women friends, and they're outside somewhere, and they're all lined up in the background, with her in the front, and she's like trying to reach out and say, "Hey, because a lot of people have been lied to, about what is it? Only certain colored people, are the good guys, and if you got dark skin, then you're the bad guys." But this is how society kind of gets people to think, the way they want us to have a war between us, divide us. But there's women out there and men out there, they want to get with the opposite, not opposite, but they want to get with other people. And race is an illusion. That's what you got to understand. It's not about the outside, it's the inside. So, and it's about working on yourself. This lady is trying to get people to recognize that she's beautiful, but it's sad because now she doesn't even want to show her face. Now she's going through an AI way of making videos. It's her, but it's like an avatar character. But she was upset. She's upset because I've sent her messages trying to help her out and say, "Hey, it's not about the outside. You are beautiful. I love everyone, but it's not about the outside." But now she's getting upset because she wants messages. So she's chasing everybody away because, if she was really out there, doing her work, and I got to put myself in here on this a lot, like I do a lot of times in my videos, is that I have stickers on my car that says, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." So I get guys and women that get drawn to my sticker, and they want to, so there's a lot of people out there that are searching, that they're tired of searching out there because they keep on finding, people that are not real, people that are not working on it, people that are going to the bar scene or going, to dance clubs and, doing this and doing that, and they're tired of it. There's a lot of people that would desire to be with somebody that is working on themselves, but the question is, are they working on themselves? They might like, "Hey, yes, I desire you because I see that you're doing work," because that happens a lot. When I used to go to church, there was a lot of people that would go to church hoping to get a good girl or hoping to get a good guy, but weren't doing the work, so everybody's got to be doing the work, the one that you want to draw into your life, are they doing the work? But are you doing the work? That's what is important. So you got to find out who you are. Number one is, do you know who you are? Because there's levels to this. We are many. Who I was like in 2016 is not who I am today. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not doing alcohol. Wow, I've done a lot of work, all the way from that point to now. So that's what it's about. It's not, and a lot of people are too in a rush to hurry up and get something, get someone. They don't want to take the time out to actually work on themselves, find out who are you. How are you going to find out the one that is meant for you if you don't know who you are? And so it's not a lot of times, Starlight was there once upon a time. A lot of people, they get hooked up for the wrong reasons. You got something I want, and I got something you want, and a lot of times it ends up being fleshly desires, about having sex with somebody. And that's not what it's about. There's people that are getting tired of that, They want more in life, but they are sick and tired of being sick and tired of not knowing where to find it. So my suggestion for that lady that's out there chasing, she was getting upset. She's like, hey guys, I'm here. Hello, I'm here, but how come nobody's writing to me? What, you don't want to date me because of my color, my skin? So she's got to work on herself. She's got to realize she's got to do the work. If she gets out there doing all the work and putting time in on herself and taking out, letting go of things that are not good for her in her life, whatever it is. It could be jealousy, it could be anger, because I'll tell you what, the last video I seen, she was upset, but it's sad because now she won't even put herself out there. She put herself as an avatar to, get her message, because she's hurting inside. She's hurting inside because she's got to love herself. She's got to learn. I had to go through this on this journey. I had to learn to love myself, in order for me to attract that man that God has already set for me. Is I had to learn to love myself. Sorry, Starlight's got an itch. So I had to learn to forgive myself. I had to go through healing. It is a long process, and I'm still working on myself. So, and that person is working on himself, It's not, like the scales. The one that you get with, you want to make sure the scales are kind of like the same, You want to make sure that, hey, we're both doing the work. It's not like, say this one is the male and this one's the female, and this guy, he's doing all the work, and the scale, and then she's got to kind of come down, so then they are like an even flow, that they're both serious about working on themselves, eating healthy, not criticizing people, not criticizing themselves, forgiving each other, healing from past traumas, instead of bringing that all into a relationship. So that lady, she's just sinking. And, there's times we need to go through that. We need to go through the pain and getting upset, because then that's when we're going to really, get to the core problem of what's going on. She's got to love herself, exactly who she is, but at the same time, willing to work on herself, and find out who she is, because God's got the perfect man out there. And it doesn't mean that he's going to be a white man. She could get everything she wants. I want a white guy. I want to go out with a white guy. Well, I'll tell you what, just because you think you want that, if you beg enough for that kind of thing, you'd be surprised. God say, oh, you really, you know what? I got one. I'll send you one your way. Find out, oh, he's a handsome guy. He's all white, handsome, muscles, but he's an asshole. All that whining about, I want that particular color skin kind of guy, that's not going to solve the problem. It's about doing that inner work. And it's not, God's got the perfect one out there for that lady, but she's in a rush. She's pushing things. And, apparently women, I've sent her messages. So apparently maybe women are sending messages, but I believe men are sending messages, but she's not interested in those particular men because it might be the way they look on the outside or their age or all, not really getting to know these people. There could be men that are sending her messages, but she don't want to hear what they got to say. They could be telling her exactly what she needs to hear, but she's not listening. She's got her mind set on, this is what I want. This is how it is going to be. And so don't chase, attract. And how you attract is by doing inner work. I could have any guy that I desire in my reality, but God already has the perfect one for me. Not that man is perfect. I'm not perfect, but it's the perfect match for Starlight that will work. So that is what you really will want to desire, is God's already got the one out there for you. And I'll tell you what, the man that God has got for me, there's a lot of things that was not what Starlight thought it was going to be. But God had to do an inner work on me. So then now I see it clearly. I'm like, yes, just the age that this man is, that's not the age. I was always interested in guys my age or older, but not too old. I want to exercise with these, the man. So that was not, so I was off, I was off, so God has the right one. So be careful the one that you're chasing after, because you might just get what you think you want. And it could be a lesson for you. Stop chasing. Work on yourself. A lot of people, they don't want to work on themselves. This is the way, it's a fast-paced society. Everything's got to be quick, and that's not how God works. So anyway, I love you so much. I hope you get a lot of help. So you attract, you don't chase and if you do the inner work, God will reveal that one. That person could be anywhere in the whole world. And don't think like Starlight. I thought it had to be in my, like a 45 minutes big old, I would be in the center. It would be 45 minutes away from that center. That man wasn't, that doesn't give me a whole lot of choices, right? Only in that little small circle on the planet Earth. It would be like a dot, oh yeah, God, I know it. The guy that I desire is right where this dot is. No, that's not how this worked. The guy wasn't, so that guy wasn't even in my circle, so all the ways that you think it's going to be, it's not the way God has it for you. So I love you so much. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, plus give me a thumbs up, and you can leave me a message down below, beep, beep, beep. Plus, you could share my videos with your family or friends, and don't forget the notification bell, and check out my playlist. And you can also find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman, Starlight. Thank you for watching. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.